Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode. Today I'm going to share with you a simple writing process that's going to help you to generate a six-figure business in no time. This is a writing process that I've personally used in my own online business for the past 15 years that has helped me to be completely financially free and generate my own income, my own revenue streams, my own sources of wealth. They come from the writing process that I'm going to give you today. I've sold multiple products across multiple niches, and I'm really excited to share with you this basic foundation of business that is so often overlooked. There are literally millions of videos on YouTube about business and how to market and how to sell and how to create websites and all this stuff. And it's all useless if you don't have this basic skill and you don't have this basic discipline. Writing is the engine of online business, and writing is going to be the engine of the profits that you enjoy with your online business. You cannot build a business without some sort of writing process. You just can't. Not an online business, especially not one that's based off of YouTube and or Instagram and or online content. So I want you to think about this so that I can help you to understand how important this skill is. Think about every single bit of content that you've consumed and loved over your adult life. I know a lot of you guys watching me are millennials, but regardless of your age, I want you to think about every bit of content you consumed across all medias. I want you to think about the movies you love. I want you to think about the magazines you've purchased. I want you to think about the books you've read, the books you've bought, the courses you might have taken, the podcasts that you've listened to, the YouTube videos that you've enjoyed and watched, the YouTube channels that you continue to come back to, hopefully videos like mine and channels like mine. All of this stuff, all of it, every bit of it requires writing. Websites require writing. Newsletters, email requires writing. There's not a single edge of the online business game that doesn't have some sort of writing involved. Writing touches every aspect of online business, from the marketing to the advertising, to the thumbnails, to the titles, to the courses and products you might create, to the freebies, to the PDFs, to the email newsletters. I could go on and on and on. And I hope you see now why writing is so very important. And I'm going to help you to actually put this into place, and I'm going to help you to get this going in your own life so that you can really start to unlock profits. I want to start with what we're doing when we're writing so that we have a nice framework so that you really understand the entrepreneurial mindset, what really is required and what we're actually doing here with online business. What we're not doing with all of this stuff when we get on YouTube, we're not trying to get eyeballs. Eyeballs are fine. Eyeballs they never hurt anybody. But what we're really trying to do, if we want to earn six figures and we want to have a successful business, is we're trying to help people. And that means it requires ideas. It requires the transfer of information and ideas from one consciousness to another, and basically taking your ideas, your solutions, your gifts, and your talents and distilling them into a way that's easily digestible and brought out into the world. The only way you're going to be able to do that, to access that, is through the writing process. If you don't use the writing process, you're not going to have the space, the mental space, the physical and emotional space to get your ideas sussed out so you have something of value to deliver. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but there's a sea of noise out here on the internet. There's a lot of people making lots of different kinds of videos. Some of them get popular and some of them don't. And it's not necessarily, again, about eyeballs. What this is about is quality. So if you want your voice to stand out to the audience that you're trying to help, it's really important that you find your own voice, that you have access to what your message is, that you have access to the ideas that are so important to you. So the very first genuine gem, and the reason that this discipline is so important, is so that you, as the business owner and the online creator, have some clarity about your message, about your brand, about your solutions, about what you're offering, about your products and services. So that's one thing, because a lot of people, a lot of new business owners or maybe new content creators who come to this game, they're like kind of like a deer in the headlights. They're like, I have no idea where to even start, because you don't yet have your ideas, the ball of clay that is your ideas. You don't have it shaped yet. And that's totally okay. The writing process is the process of shaping your ideas, your solutions, your thoughts into a digestible solution and format that people enjoy. So that's what we're doing when we're writing. You're getting connected with your consciousness as a business owner and as a creator and as a problem solver and as an artist, which leads me to the fact that I learned all of this 15 years ago from the beautiful Julia Cameron in her work, The Artist's Way. This is one of her books. All of her books are amazing. But The Artist's Way really helped to form and guide my process and my business. This is not a book intended for business owners. It just so happens, though, that a lot of business owners use this. I actually found out later on down the road, after I'd been doing this process for years, that Tim Ferriss also loves Julia Cameron's work and that he actually also follows the system in this book, which I'm going to talk a little bit about. I'm going to give you all the processes. We're going to get into step by step, but I just wanted to give you a brief overview of what we're doing here as business owners and entrepreneurs in the online space. I said this in the video where I talked about how to make 6 figures online and quit your job money, is that's number one, we're artists. So if you come to this whole thing as an artist, sharing your gifts and talents and helping to be generous and helping to solve people with their problems, this is an art form. And if you approach it like that, there's something special to what you're offering. Your voice sounds special. Your message sounds special. The broth in which your entire thing is cooked in, it just has a special essence to it. It's like a saffron. So Julia Cameron says in her basic principles at the beginning of the book, she says, creativity is a natural order of life. Life is energy, pure energy. There is an underlying indwelling creative force infusing all of life, including ourselves. And when we open ourselves to our creativity, we open ourselves to the Creator's creativity within us and our lives. We are ourselves creations, and we in turn are meant to continue creativity by being creative ourselves. I'm going to give you the TLDR version of The Artist's Way, though I do recommend you pick this book up and you follow it for a few weeks, do the process. It's a couple weeks, but basically one of the non-negotiables in my life since I started doing this process 15 years ago is every morning, this is step one, every morning, I get quiet for 10 minutes, no matter what. Every morning, I get quiet for 10 minutes. We get quiet because, just like Einstein said, you cannot solve a problem at the same level of which it was caused. There are problems that you're solving for people. That's what business is. So you're solving people's problems, and problems are always created at the level of thought, at the level of mind. There's no exception to that rule. Every problem that your people face is caused at the level of mind. It's mindset stuff. It's superficial, three-dimensional problems. To fix these problems, to get really great solutions, to get elegant solutions for your products, services, ideas, whatever, you're going to have to be quiet. Because when you are quiet, you're able to access a level of your consciousness that transcends time and space. And it only takes 10 minutes. Just give it 10 minutes every morning to just sit in silence. I don't even want to use the M word, meditation, but you just sit in silence. And what happens is you're going to find a well within you that is transcendent and that has really great ideas. So step 2 in this process is then immediately, while you're still in your pajamas, you just woke up, you took a 10-minute sit down. This is a sadhana, your spiritual practice, whatever you want to call it. You go into your office, or you go into your little writing nook, or you grab a notebook, or you grab your laptop, and you begin to write the one shitty page. This is what Tim Ferriss coined it. Now, Tim Ferriss, like I said, Tim Ferriss has been following the Artist's Way protocol for a long time. And so have I. And the Artist's Way protocol is actually 3 pages written longhand in the morning without judging it, without trying to be good. You're not trying to write anything in particular. You're just writing down your thoughts and ideas. Tim Ferriss adjusted this to one shitty page, and I like that. So that's my recommendation to you too. I'm hijacking that from Tim Ferriss. So you're not trying to write a good page. You're not trying to get a good idea. You're not trying to do anything except for get down anything that's in your brain onto one shitty page. A lot of new business owners come to the blank canvas of a business thinking, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to focus. I don't know what to offer. I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know. But this process helps you to understand what's going on up there. If you have a calling to start a business, it means there's something of importance and value within your soul. But if you don't give yourself the space to clear your mind out on a daily basis and see what's going on up there, I want you to think of it as going into the grocery shelves of your mind, taking a little fruit basket, and you're getting stuff off the shelf and you're just cleaning out the shelves. Okay. And sometimes you might hit pay dirt and sometimes you might not. Doesn't matter. You're just getting into that creative habit. You're flexing that generative muscle. You use that creative muscle every day and you transcend to the level that goes beyond thinking, which means you're getting your thoughts onto a page, abiding in the witness consciousness. Now you're flexing that creative muscle. You see, you're accessing your thoughts. You're plugging in. Okay. So now you've plugged in. We're going to step 3 now. Step 3 is the 500 cleaned up words. 500 words typed out every single day, no matter what. 500 words typed out every single day, no matter what. Doesn't matter what you're typing. Doesn't matter exactly what content you're making. It just matters that every day you come to the laptop, you open up your word processor of choice. I recommend Scrivener. I'll put all of this in the show notes. And you type out 500 cohesive words every single day. Now, some people like 1,000 words. I like to, as your teacher, as your coach, I'm telling you 500 words every single day is better than 1,000 words where you're struggling with yourself and you're really hating it. If you want to take it to more, go ahead and take it to more, but 500 is the minimum. Now, in those 500 words, what exactly are you writing? Well, that's going to depend. So when you first start your online business, you're not really going to be sure what you're writing about. And that's why we have to come to this every day as a daily commitment. You're going to write things like ideas for your videos. You're going to write things like ideas for guest posts on other people's blogs. You're going to write some email newsletters for your email newsletter. You're going to write some blog posts. You're going to write some Instagram posts. You're going to write whatever comes to mind, a little mini ebook. It's definitely a good idea to get a freebie going. So every day you're chipping away at 500 words. 500 words every day, by the way, is at least one 400-page book per year. Now, obviously, you're not going to be writing a book a year, but my whole point is you can get so much done in a year. And Anthony Robbins actually said people underestimate what they can do in a year and they overestimate what they can do in a day. So instead of making trying to bite off 100 different tasks every day, if you focus on just a couple, this is the Pareto's law, focus on just a couple tasks every day and really commit yourself to being the teacher that you are, you will have at least one book worth of beautiful content by the end of every year. So at the end of 10 years, you'll have written 10 books. This is how you become prolific. This is how you become consistent. So don't worry about writing 500 excellent words. Just worry about consistently showing up for 500 words every single day. And then I'm going to give you the fourth step. The fourth step is sharing those words, sharing them in whatever format you'd like to share them in. So depending on what you ended up writing, so you might come to the page, to the computer, and your 500 words might have ended up shaping out to be something a little bit more like a newsletter. And you might have sat down at the computer and been inspired to write a newsletter series. You get that into ConvertKit, which is the email newsletter that I recommend, the email marketing platform that I recommend. You get it into ConvertKit, and then you set up a little autoresponder or whatever. Or if you've written something and it feels really good, like a great idea, like the bones to a video, then you start filming that video at some point. You schedule that out. You start filming, so on and so forth. If it's a really great Instagram caption and you just need to take a quick picture for it, get that done. So you have to share your work. And then the last step, the most important step of all of this in terms of making money is going to be having doorways to accept money. Having doorways. This is what I call accepting Accepting money in exchange for your gifts and talents and services is creating doorways. Doorways meaning products and services, your one-on-one coaching, your group coaching, your digital downloads, your courses and programs, your in-person or virtual events, whatever it is that you're selling, you have to start creating doorways to sell things. And that's one of the reasons I created the 6-figure creator program, is to give you a complete framework. This is called the 7-phase online profit system. And this takes you from start to finish on getting your business up and running and off the ground and profitable. And you can get more information about that at brendaturner.com/money. But the long and short of it is, please don't hesitate and wait on, oh, I don't know if this is a perfect program. I don't know if this is a perfect product. A lot of people wait far too long to start charging for their goods and services. I really encourage you to just take the first best action and just get a product out there and adjust and make it better as you go. It's really quite straightforward. A lot of people overcomplicate online business, and they have these whiteboards with all these arrows and all this nonsense. Don't worry about anything besides getting your beautiful content out into the world, making it really good, by the way. And by really good, I mean, don't worry about the production quality. Worry about what's in the video. So worry about giving as much quality, as much helpful content. Give away all your best stuff in every video you make so that you can show people you can help them by helping them. And then they'll buy your products and services. And the engine for all of this is writing. And another really important part to all of this is hearing your soul's calling and actually listening to it. So if you want to learn how to hear your soul's call and actually listen and start taking action, you're definitely going to want to check out this video where I give you the very powerful meditation on how to do just that.